Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Lydia Isnanto channel have us.
Empowers you to tell your story to other people, to let them know who you really are.
Hi everyone, welcome to Lydia Isnanto channel, where everything is about travel, create, tell the stories and repeat. So today is the first launch of storytelling series. We have the honor of having Daquan, the multi-talented person who can sing and act and dance. And
A lot.
What is your story like?
So as a child, I lived with my mom. My mom was a single parent raising 3 kids, each of us having different personalities. It became tough and rough for her to deal with. And it's not impossible because she did a very good job with all 3 of us. The pressure started to come. And so over time, you know, it got rough and I ended up going into a foster care. Been through over 15 different foster homes. So around this time when I was facing homelessness, it was around the time that almost every day since she got that letter about the rent being raised, she was, you know, bothered, stressed out, and, you know, she would come home crying because she didn't know what to do. And we've never been faced with homelessness before, and seeing that as a possibility at that time, it was, you know, rough for her and a lot of stress. And as a kid, I was about 14 and it wasn't much I can do because I wasn't able to work. And so I wrote Obama a letter. And when I wrote him a letter, I explained to him what was going on and, you know, how it made us feel and stuff like that. And so I wrote the letter, sent it off, and about a few months later, we got a letter back from the White House and Obama explaining, you know, what to do, who to contact and stuff like that, and also sharing a piece of his story of how rough it was for him growing up in Chicago.
We keeping it for real. Hey.
And that's just who we are.
We positive impact.
You know. And that's the motto, yo.
Academics in our packs.
Okay. We prepare now.
College on the map.
That's right. So let's get ready now.
Our dreams are here. This atmosphere is full of inspiration.
Okay.
No time to waste, no time to play. The career train is in motion.
You know it.
We keep it real, showing love here. We prospering, we growing.
That's right.
No need to stop, straight to the top. We thank the Lord for knowledge. Yeah.
The idea behind Keeping It For Real was the first song that I ever did or ever got recorded. Be yourself, be who you are. I got bullied verbal bullied because of the fact that I wasn't like everyone else. I didn't have skinny jeans, the Jordans and all that. I didn't have the top of the line clothes, and I was more of a unique person. I thought of myself, I was a very adventurous kind of, you know, youngin.
Success in our future. Can you envision life with no structure? We study hard, we dream the Mars, exceed all expectations. The club's here, no need to fear, cause failing ain't an option.
But in the song, Keeping It For Real, I also touch on, you know, college. So let's get ready now. I was also speaking to other people around me, like college is something we should all strive for. Given the, you know, the circumstance of gentrification happening with the rent and everything going up, and, you know, you want to pave a way for, you know, future generations to come. I want to go to school. I want to, you know, make sure that my daughter has a future to look forward to and say, you know, well, daddy went to school, daddy finished school, and daddy went on to do this, because I never really had my dad in my life, and have him set that example for me.
Dear future me, today is September 28, 2016, and you're 20 years old. You're in the prime time of your life, and you know, you're soaking in everything, the youthfulness of yourself, and, you know, the opportunities and all that. But by the time you read this, you know, I hope you're in a much better stage in life than I am. Married, with kids, and, you know, you're happy, and that your family loves you and adores you as much as I do.
What inspired me to make that video was thinking back on my grandfathers and, you know, the people of my ancestry. They never had that opportunity to leave something like that behind. Doing these videos, these time capsule videos of me being young, I'm able to communicate with my, you know, my kids, as well as hopefully when I get older I have future grandkids. So that way I can connect with them on a level that they understand. And so the videos that I do, I like show them, you know, I know what you're going through. I was 21. That was me when I was 21. That was me when I was 20. I understand what you're going through. If I were to be gone, I want to be able to tell my story instead of other people trying to tell my story for me. Everyone has their own experience with me or whatever like that, but I want to be able to tell my own story so that way, if people wanted to know the kind of person I was, the characteristic I have, or whatever, videos and the things I did will tell it for itself. I want my life to represent an example of what we could do as a family, whether you're a Richard, whether you're a Julian, doesn't matter the last name. For me, it's also, you know, really spiritual, but also very intimate because, you know, I want more for my family. I want better for my family. And so I want to set that example so that the younger generation, my daughter and, you know, hopefully her kids can, you know, carry it on, you know, and leave a legacy. I get this whole, the way looking at life also a little bit from Bob Marley. I'm a big fan, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan. But the way he lived his life, it was beyond, for me, it was more than the music. It's just how he left his life. And, you know, yeah, he did the music, but, you know, he left a legacy for his family. And now that you got his grandkids, which I stay every once in a while communicated with, they follow his lead. And that's the kind of life I want to live.
You are now listening to Wow 94.9.
Thank you so much, Daquan, to share with us, and it is really inspiring to hear your life story. In such a young age like you right now, 21 years old, you have a vision of your future, impactful for young generation right now. We have a special gift for you, hoping that you can continue to write your stories.
Well, what's soon to come out with a book that's called Death by Affliction. And it's a poetry book that talks about a lot of things that have gone on in my life that I have not told anyone yet. Through these poems, I hope that you are inspired, that it's life-changing, and that, you know, it empowers you to tell your story to other people and to let them know who you really are. Because it's important that you leave your legacy, but at the same time that you tell your story before someone else does. Be on the lookout for that book. I would like to get it out by 2018, but there's no promises. But if you stay on my website, you'll know when it's coming out, and thank you guys.
For all the fans out there, tell us, what is your website?
My website is diquanrichard.weebly.com.
Okay, so guys, please check out his website and don't forget to follow all his social media, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, everything. Thank you so much guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next upcoming stories.
All right.